Hey guys, welcome back. So I went into Ulta to buy some Cetaphil and they were setting up a Morphe display. So I picked up some things and I'm gonna show you my Morphe haul that I picked up at Sephora. At Ulta. Did I say Sephora? The first thing I got was the Complexion Gold brush set. It's a 5-piece brush set that comes in this little gold makeup bag, which I'm gonna totally just, fill with makeup and re-gift. It came with 5 brushes. It came with a powder brush. It does have enough give to it and it is soft enough that I think that this might work for bronzing. It came with this powder brush, which I think is gonna be good for like setting the under eyes or sweeping away a bake. A flat top style kabuki brush, which is decently dense. It came with an angled contour brush, which I love these kind of brushes. And then a fan brush, which I'm never gonna use. This is 3 fan brushes I have now, and I don't use the other 2. So a 9-piece vegan brush set that comes in this little pouch. We've got another fan brush. I'm never using that. A fluffy powder brush, which, I love this kind of brush. It's really loose, it's really soft. Another one of these guys. I love a good contour brush. A little, what do you use this for? Maybe for like, blending out concealer under the eyes, or if I'm gonna kind of lay down like cream contour, which sometimes happens. So we've got like this flat top kabuki style brush, which this one is like so loose. I'm not sure what I would really use that for. It came with like a medium-sized angle brush, which isn't packed very tightly. I'm not sure that I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this one. I might give this one away. But these kind of eye brushes, I definitely use a lot. Like a nice large size packing brush, almost like a little bullet-shaped crease brush, and then another kind of small packing brush for the lid. I got the 9B Bronze Babe palette. This one is a little bit more obviously a bronzy kind of color story. I picked up the 9C Jewel Crew palette. This one kind of reminds me of a 9-pan dupe for the Modern Renaissance palette. Those ones were just released and are exclusive to Ulta. I had bought the 9A palette when it came out and I loved it. I've used it multiple times and I just really like it. I didn't even know that they were coming out with these 2 other palettes until I saw them online the other day. And then again, I went into Ulta not even thinking that they were gonna have these other palettes or that they were even gonna have Morphe, and there it was. So I was pretty excited to pick those up. So we're definitely gonna create a look with those today. I also picked up the 35F palette. And that's what that looks like inside. The 3502 Second Nature palette, which is this one here. I'm gonna go ahead and do a tutorial using the 2 brand new palettes that came out at Ulta. I'm also gonna dip into the 9A palette only because this one does have a black and the other 2 don't. I haven't actually used the black out of this palette yet, so I just wanna go ahead and kind of see how that works too. Plus, since all 3 of these palettes are exclusive to Ulta, I wanted to go ahead and just kind of like try them out together and show you what kind of looks we can create using all 3 of these palettes. So I'm gonna start with Hang 10 from the 9B Bronze Babe palette on a Morphe R40. I'm actually really super excited that Morphe is being sold in Ulta now. I really wish that they carried more of their single brushes. The brush selection is actually really lacking. Now, again, they are carrying, brush sets, which are, again, even their brush sets, they're halfway decent. And as long as you're tapping your brush off really good, there's like just not a lot of fallout. Now, I am really careful and I do set down a lot of powder. I'd rather be safe than sorry. So now I'm gonna go into this shade Rock Out from the 9C Jewel Crew palette on a Morphe R39, which is really good for getting into the socket there and kind of laying down and blending out a crease color. See how quick that was? It was so quick and easy. Like, why would you not buy this? Stores like Ulta and Sephora, they are carrying so many brands now. If Sephora carried in-store everything that they have online now, they're gonna have to start opening stores that are freestanding and that are as big as an Ulta. But I do think that it's great that Sephora is now carrying brands that are definitely more affordable and more reasonably priced, because again, they have to compete with Ulta. I wish that they would start competing with Ulta's rewards program, because let's be honest, Sephora's rewards program pretty much fucking sucks. Like, all of their stuff that they give you is like a sample size that you're gonna get like 2 uses out of. Like, thanks. I spent $100 and that's what I'm getting. But I'm filming this video on Super Bowl Sunday. I ended up at Ulta last year on Super Bowl Sunday too, actually. I'm gonna go into Stone Fox, which is this color here on the bottom, on that same R39. I am not a football fan at all. I'm not a sports fan at all. I think that is the most boring TV show on the planet. To each their own. I mean, I'm a dude in makeup. I mean, I guess I'm, you know, definitely a minority here, but yeah, sports, no thanks. I'd rather eat dog poop than have to watch any kind of sporting event. Like, that's how anti-sports I am. I fucking hate it. Last year, I go into an Ulta on a Sunday. One of the employees had approached me and, you know, asked me how I was doing. Did I need any help? You know, the standard kind of, you know, interaction you have with an Ulta employee. And then she goes, "Are you going to a Super Bowl party today?" And I was like, "Is that today?" Like, I had no idea. And it's funny because she just thought it was like so crazy that I had no idea that the Super Bowl was that day. Like, you know, again, I'm like a dude standing here with like a basket full of makeup. Like, why would I know that the Super Bowl was today? I had no clue. So now we're gonna go into Rich Girl on that same Morphe R39 brush. And I'm just gonna kind of darken up that outer corner and the inner corner because I want this to be a little bit of a halo effect. I think when you're doing just like your traditional smoky eye where you're going from like, you know, darker on the lid and kind of blowing it out into a transition, I feel like it really kind of just ends up looking like one color, you know? Where when you're doing more of a halo effect, you see those colors on the outer and inner, you have that pop of color in the middle, and you have your transition all the way around. Especially on an eye shape like mine. I have really deep set eyes, so doing it the other way, kind of doing a darker lid and then like maybe a crease shade and a transition, you lose so much of it that it's just not really worth all the work that you put into it sometimes, you know? So far, these colors are saturated, they are pigmented, and they blend out so easily. I just want to bring the crease color up just a little bit. Because for my eye shape and for as deep set as they are, I feel like when I do go like bigger with my looks, even if I think that they look a little bit bigger when I'm applying them, once I go back in later, or if I kind of take a step back and I really look at it, I always feel like I could go a little bit further and a little bit bigger, a little bit smokier, a little bit darker. I just think that my face, my facial features, and just like my overall aesthetic, I can carry a little bit more, you know what I mean? Even though I've used this palette quite a few times, I'm gonna go into Storm from the 9A Always Golden palette. I'm gonna use that on a MAC 217. I don't want it to be fully black. I just really want to darken these outer corners here. I'm not even really going to take that very far up into the socket. I just want to darken up along the outer and inner corners just a little bit. Actually, it went on pretty good and it's blending out pretty nice too. So now with just a little bit that's left over on my brush, I'm gonna take that just kind of into my inner corner a little bit there. Yeah, and that's like the perfect amount. It's nice that I don't have to like work that hard for this look. So I think I'm gonna use 2 shades on the center. I'm gonna start with Faux Real from the 9B palette. Now I have discovered that I do like this NYX glitter primer for foiled eyeshadows. I'm gonna use a Morphe M421. I'm gonna pick up the glitter primer off of a MAC palette here. I've been using this NYX glitter primer with shimmery shadows over this past week or so, and it has been working out really, really well for that. For some reason, I just feel like a shimmery shadow like that, and any eyeshadow actually just blends out better when you're blending it dry. You get that really good impact of that color, and then you can still go in and smooth out those edges without there being that texture difference like there sometimes is when you're trying to blend out the edges of a dry shadow over top of the edges of a wet shadow, if that makes any sense. And then I also want to go in just to brighten up the very center of that color with Fool's Gold from the 9C palette. I'm just going to apply this with my finger to the center of the lid and just see how that works out. Yeah. And I'm going to lick my brush. And then dip into Fool's Gold again, just for a little pop. So for my waterline, I'm gonna take this Urban Decay 24/7 pencil in the color Muse. And for my waterline, I didn't wanna do a color that was gonna be so matchy-matchy, but I figured something that would be slightly similar. For my inner corner highlight, I'm gonna use the shade Sunnies from the 9B palette on a MAC 219 pencil brush. Ooh, that might be a good cheek highlight. This is the Morphe Y14. I'm gonna dip right into that same shade. And then of course I'm gonna go in with my Morphe M504 just to kind of intensify that cheekbone a little bit more. Damn. So I did get a sample of this IT Cosmetics Superhero mascara, which I've never used before. And again, you know, I'm on the hunt for a mascara for the rest of my life. I am gonna do a little bit of a lash today, so I'm not gonna curl my lashes, but we're gonna go ahead and try this mascara out. That doesn't seem too bad. I don't hate that. I'll go ahead and use that on the lower lashes too. Wow, I actually don't mind this mascara at all, but we also don't know how long it's gonna last yet. So I chopped down some Ardell 812 lashes, so these are a little bit shorter than they usually are. So my lash glue is still drying, but that's gonna be the final look in the end of this tutorial using these new Morphe palettes that are exclusive to Ulta. I'm a huge fucking fan. I mean, these shadows really did blend themselves out. This stuff is so affordable. These palettes are like $13 a piece. And I'm really glad that makeup is finally affordable and really good quality. I love it. I absolutely love it. I hope you guys love this look. If you like this video, if you like this look, even if you don't like this video, even if you don't like this look, give it a thumbs up anyway. Tell all your friends about it so they know to watch. And I'll see you guys on the next one.